What's up? Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. Here to have an article from the Irish Times, and this comes from 2017. So these receipts are very important. Nearly 300 objections to Bullock Harbour development plan. Singer Christy Moore among those opposing planning application at popular Dalkey Inlet. What you'll notice about these people, particularly individuals that live in the likes of Dalkey and other well-to-do areas, is that they are telling you everywhere is welcome, guys, and prove to you there in 2017 that they do not mean what they say. None of these people that are saying refugees welcome are actually housing any of these refugees themselves. It's quite the opposite. They don't want these people in their areas. They want them to be stuffed in to working class areas. And as I've explained before, that is to keep house prices up, and that is to create divisions in working class areas. What they didn't expect was for these working class areas to get together really quickly, recognise that there's a very serious problem, and start to do something about that. This is what has these people panicked. This has the machine panicked, because as you can see here with the litany of organisations that are posted with this is full on panic mode, guys. And this comes from a grassroots organisation that have gotten together and have said, no, we're not having that here. People power. Now what I'll also show you, as I always like to do, is Christy Moore over here, complete and utter sellout in my opinion, along with Maverick Sabre and a couple of the other individuals that are getting involved with this pure and utter nonsense. 39,000 followers, as you can see there, 1,029 likes. Not great viewing, is it? Especially when you look at the fact that it has 95.6 thousand views. Not fantastic. Now that's not even the worst of it. Big bowled Christy there, tough guy, huh? Has decided to limit his replies. So that means that only people that he follows or that he mentions can reply to him. That's something, isn't it? Seems like he doesn't want anybody to disagree with him publicly. It's something that you also see the mainstream media do. Now you see 47 quote tweets, and that is people that have decided to quote this and have said negative things towards Christy Moore, and I think that's fantastic to see. As you can see, it's jumped up there to 1,032 likes at the time of this recording. So let's have a look at some of the groups that are involved here. But before we do, February 18th, Ireland for All, Solidarity March. Telling you now, that's communism. Anytime you see the word solidarity, you have to make it very clear in your own mind as to what these people are doing. They're signalling to each other. Housing, healthcare services. Great. So what your plan is to do is to stuff more people into the country, is it? And you're already telling me that there's a problem with housing, healthcare and services. Doesn't seem like you people are too intelligent, you know what I mean? And this is what's going on now. I'm sure people that are fans of Christy Moore now will never go to another show that he has ever again, because what's happening now is people are starting to realise these people that are put in certain positions, that are put on pedestals, that are pushed forward as some sort of idol towards you, people are realising that these are just talking heads, especially when they live in nice areas, because they don't mean what they say. Meet at Parnell Square, 1:30 p.m. So here's some of the organisations involved. The Kayla, Diversity Not Division, United, Massey, Bohemians Football Club, Game Workers Unite, INR, Black and Irish. I'll let you stew on that one there for a moment. National Women's Council, SIPTU, Unite the Union. You've got HAI, space here. Ballymun for All, TUY. You've got East Wall, Here for All. You've got Drimna for All. So all of these all places as well. A lot of the people that are making and passing comment on that don't actually live in these areas either. Community Work Ireland, Northside for All. Never Southside for All. That's weird, isn't it, that one? Pavy Point there, Broad. Look at this, Dublin Pride. You've got Women Council Ireland, Social Democrats, of course there. End Deportations Belfast. Sinn Féin. I'm telling you guys, seriously, what's going on here is these people have nailed their colours to the mast, and everybody realises now that it's a pure and utter uniparty that you're seeing in front of you. Look at People Before Profit in there as well. Left Bloc, DWI. That symbol says it all to me, with the people that are involved here, just pointing that out. ASC, Eco Justice, another spoof. Ends Direct Provision, so let a load of people that have entered the place illegally run amok. That's, you know, very like what they want to keep doing. Belong, Forza, you've got this here, is that Rosa, Outcomers, Drogheda, yikes, big yikes on that one there, guys. Labour, Men's Development Network, Gen, Wexford Pride, Immigrant Council of Ireland, Irish Council for Civil Liberties, course your civil liberties in the bin when it came to the likes of the Sniffles. These people are very quiet, but all of a sudden really mouthy when it comes to people coming into this country that have boarded planes supposedly without documents. Amazing, isn't it, how they can get through the airport and onto a plane without documents, and then they arrive here in this country without documents, and our government go, we have to house these people. No, you don't. You absolutely do not. LGBT Ireland. So there's multiple organisations here all focusing on the one thing. That's strange, isn't it? Transformer Mrs. Doubtfire Equality Network Ireland. Aki Dawa. What? That's the continent of Africa, lads. Do you know how many people are in Africa, in the continent of Africa? There's 1.2 billion people in the continent of Africa. Isn't that insane? And these people then, if you went over to those countries, take Nigeria for example, they have banned foreign models and foreign voiceover artists in that country. Very interesting that, isn't it? Not big fans of Christians over there either. Just as an aside. Dairy Trades Union Council, ILMI, Belfast and Direct Trades Union Council. You've got Pride Ireland, Outhouse, and lots of other symbols that you can see here. Labour as well too, I think I mentioned them already. So a who's who of bad guys, in my opinion. And it's kind of like, as I always like to say, like the Lord of the Rings. At this stage of the game, what we have on our side is Gondor and Rohan, and you've obviously got the Shire as well too, and Rivendell. Rivendell's knocking about there also. But all you're seeing is different orc and goblin factions linking themselves together, and it's quite clear and obvious to see from my viewpoint, and I'm sure it is for you too. But this is what you have here now. Desperate times, desperate measures being rolled out. And I said to you beforehand, and I'll say it to you again, it's going to go bigger than Christy Moore. A lot of people that are my age probably don't even know who Christy Moore is. That's why they've pulled this Maverick Sabre clown in as well also. And you'll see more of them start to get pulled in, some bigger names. And I'm telling you now, you're going to see the biggest names as much as possible going forward, because they're in sheer desperation mode. But what they haven't realised is that during the Sniffles, when they knocked off the likes of concerts and entertainment, for example, theatre and the cinema and all, people disconnected. They started to watch and see what these celebrities were doing and saying, and started to realise, hang on, these people are no different than I am, and in fact, they're parroting bad things. So a lot of people have had time to disconnect from the Matrix, which I think is awesome to see. I think it's going to continue to happen. So 1,040 likes we finished off on this. I wonder if Christy will be able to break 2,000 before it comes to the 18th of February. Hopefully he will. You know, it's not great viewing for him, I'm sure. But let's see how things go. And just to let you know, there has been 3 occasions now, peaceful, respectful protests that have been attended by actual patriots and actual nationalists that have seen cars drive through the crowds. Now, you haven't seen much of that on the likes of the mainstream news. In fact, they've tried to sweep that under the carpet as much as possible. Meanwhile, the leader of an awful lot of nonsense here in Ireland, I would say the Pied Piper of nonsense, Paul Murphy, would be one to jump up and down if it was to happen to people on his side of the fence. Of course, nothing being said by them. What's clear and obvious now for you guys is that this is a massive battle between good and evil. Evil has reared its head and it has shown itself regularly. And in my opinion, you're seeing some organisations now get desperate, and I think it's great to see. So keep with the light, guys. Keep with the side of good that we are on. I firmly believe that we will triumph, because you are seeing desperate moves from these people, and they're going to get more desperate. Stay vigilant when you're at these peaceful protests, particularly because, as I said, 3 individuals now have decided to drive through crowds, which is incredibly dangerous, and 1 individual allegedly had been arrested and is already out. Says it all. So let's see how we go from here on out, guys. I think the peaceful, respectful protests are putting immense pressure upon the government and on the media, and you're seeing panic buttons be hit left, right and centre, and I think it's great to see. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. I hope that Christy Moore and the people that are hosting this actually house refugees themselves. Go on, guys, you know, be the bigger people. Show us you mean what you're saying here. You're all mouths anyway. You just won't do any of it. Talk to you later. Good luck.